Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your August 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin the reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Cancer, August 2021 money and career. Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels. There we go. Caught it. And spirit guides. Okay. So the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So at our root, we have the universe and the Ten of Wands. We are releasing this huge burden that we've been carrying, and the world is opening up to us. Actually, it can also say that if we release the burden, if we stop putting more and more and more upon our shoulders, then the universe is going to open to us. But if we stay in this cycle of, I just have to do more and more and more, especially at work, especially with things that we take astoundingly seriously, our careers, our home lives, everything like that, we're just going to have a tendency to put a lot of responsibilities onto our shoulders, and we need to find the balance of that. It moves us then to our inner self, which is the Ace of Wands, and then the Four of Pentacles. There's this need for creativity and inspiration, but there's also going to be this kind of blockage around our chakra energy flow and just our energy flow in and of itself. And there's going to be a need to detox. There's going to be a need to release. There's going to be a need to say, you know what, this isn't what I want. This isn't what I need. This isn't how I'm moving forward. And to release negative energy. We have the sleepers, judgment, this rising out of darkness, doubt, and fear. We do need to rest. There is going to be a tendency during this time to burn the candle at both ends. And there is going to be a tendency emotionally, like to always be on our guard, to think, okay, I just have to keep on fighting. I just have to keep on pushing. I just have to keep on moving in this direction. I have my emotional energy, which can be a torrent at times, just absolutely cascading into us, around us, and with us. That can be just absolutely too much. In the public arena, we have to be mindful that we're going to want to look outward for all the answers. We're going to think like, okay, there are the answers. That's the passion. That's the beauty. Like, those are the goals. Those are the life goals. Like, that's what a win looks like, is to be able to go this place, or to be able to do this, or to be able to do that. What we're going to need to realize during this time especially is that the win is going to be within. So that if we're thinking of that great travel, like for business type of thing or something like that, it might actually fall through, and we could be so disappointed and be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this didn't work. Like, this isn't going the way that I wanted it to. But things are going to grow more kind of like, it's almost like as a home business. Things are going to grow slowly, steadily, through time, through effort, divinity is weaving things together. We ourselves are weaving things together. And we're going to see the prosperity opening up. We're going to see the bounty becoming a part of us during this time. So we have to be very mindful of this. Now, our chakra energy. Cancer, August 2021, money and career. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Is self-mastery. This is the solar plexus chakra. This is falling alignment with ourselves, which is going to be quite in contrast with how we feel in our inner selves. We're going to feel very easily kind of overburdened, overextended. It can be that we're looking at our finances and we're worried about things. We're like, oh my gosh, the money isn't coming in like I thought it would at this time or at this point or whatever. Or, we grew up with money problems, or we had money problems and we're afraid of money problems coming in. Some way around the calling in of wealth, things are stagnant. Or it can be that wealth is coming in, but because we've had traumas and dramas in this area in the past, we are just waiting for that next shoe to drop. This is going to be a time, if we work at the flow of our chakra energy, if we work on the flow of our energy in general, through meditations, through massages, through stretching, through yoga, whatever it is, we're going to find that we can align our body better and better and better. We can align ourselves more and more and more. And so that's going to be something that's very important to realize, that so much power lies within us. It moves us then to the energy we need to be mindful of. What is the energy that Cancer needs to be mindful of? August 2021, money and career. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Princess of Pentacles. Now, it can be acting a little diva-ish around money. Whenever the princess comes up, any princess, it's a diva in that area. Now, we could be a bit of divas around money during this time, thinking, you know what, I work hard, I want it, I deserve it, that's what I'm going after, type of thing. Whereas if we step back and we're a little bit more prudent about things and said, okay, what do I need? What don't I need? What do I need to build? Like, what are the important things to spend the money on now, and how do I move forward in that importance? We're going to find that is going to be much more liberating, much more, powerful for us. When it comes to the Princess of Pentacles, there's also going to be a person around us during this time who acts like a princess around money. Everything just is supposed to come to them. It doesn't matter how they identify themselves at all. You're just going to be like, oh my gosh, this person is a diva, and they just come across as a diva. And we're going to feel as if, okay, I can help you out. Like, I see that you really want this, you really need this, or you think you need this type of deal, or, all right, you have a good idea, I'll help you out. They will take all the credit. They won't share anything. They're going to kind of be like a spoiled child during this time. So just be mindful of that, because you're going to get really frustrated. You're going to be like, well, you know what? I didn't need you to do any big grand gesture, but I just needed like the respect. And you couldn't even give that. And they can't. They just can't. So do be mindful. The universe is opening up. We have to. This is going to be a time at our roots. We have to release what is weighing us down at work, at home, in life in general. The fact that we're always putting more and more on our shoulders, and it's just becoming overwhelming. So to be mindful of that is going to be intrinsically important during this time. Not to take on too much, because we're going to have a tendency during this time to take on way too much. We're also going to find that we're reaching an end of a cycle. There's going to be a new way that we start to look at things. There's going to be a new way we start to put things together. And there's new passion, there's new prosperity coming forward. If we let ourselves rest and we're not too tired to take it on, that's going to be a huge thing for our hearts. And as water sign energies, as energies that are completely focused around the heart, we have to respect and honor our heart energy. With the Four of Pentacles, this is my vampiric energy card. So we have to be mindful of those people who are robbing away our wealth, or who are keeping us at this certain level. It's kind of like, you can rise to being this successful, but don't be any more successful, because you just won't get to be where it is that you want to be. You won't have the payoff that you think you deserve. You won't. And there's going to be that voice inside the head that says, when is this all going to fall apart? Like, when is everything going to come crumbling down? So to be mindful of this during this time is going to be so important. The little bits of nastiness, the venom that people have poisoned our minds with, poisoned our idea of success with. There's prosperity coming in. There's a mindfulness of the success, of not being foolish with money, but there's also going to be a of holding on to that money too tightly. So we can go from one extreme to another. One extreme is going to be we love to shop, we love to go, we love to, experience, and the money's going to go out of our hands. And then the other one is going to be the money, we hold on to it so tightly that it almost seems like the money doesn't come in the way that it should be coming in. So do be mindful of that, and that's going to be something just to pay attention to call the energy of abundance, to visualize the abundance. And that visualization isn't to say, okay, without hard work and tenacity and innovation, the money will still come in. I can just sit on my couch, eat chips, and the money will just come in. People will just start sending me checks. That's not exactly how it works, though I wish it was. What happens here is that we're going to start to see that we are creating new avenues of wealth within our mind. We are starting to say, oh, well, I can do that. And then we're starting to think about it, visualize it, become curious about things, look at things, open up different doors. And it's like, yeah, well, I really can do that. Like, wow, look at that opportunity, or look at that option, or look at that way of moving forward. And the Ace of Wands, it's just like, there are so many blessings coming your way, Cancer. Do you take them? Do you take them? Do you embrace the new growth, the new ideas, the new understanding? Do you move with the passion, the desire? And where is it that you will be? So here you have God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing this gift, a passion of creativity, of a fire, of determination. And it's actually going to kind of wake you out of and wake you up out of a bit of a rut, a slumber, a sense of not utilizing all the blessings that divinity has given you. And the Sleepers, the Judgment card in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, they're the guardians of Wales, right? All this is the Llewellyn Tarot, and it's all based on Welsh mythology. And the Sleepers were said to have been put to sleep until a horn was blown, and they rose from their slumber to defend Wales against the enemies. So this is going to be a time where you see that part of you just rising up, and it's the warrior part of you, it's the conqueror part of you, it's the tenacious, determined, fierce part of you. And what you have to realize is that when that part of you rises, and as that part of you rises, you're going to be thinking, oh my gosh, I just need to push and push and push and push and push. And what you need to do is need to step back and need to let your body awaken. Because, when you've been asleep, you need to awaken slowly and gently. But you also need to honor the part and the time that this part of you has been asleep. You need to honor the revelations that have come through weakness, through doubt, through fears, through things falling apart. And also pay attention to your dreams during this time. You're being guarded in a very powerful way, and there are going to be revelations that come your way that embody your essence, move forward in your determination. Then the Seven of Wands comes, and as you are awakened, as you are embracing this warrior spirit, you're going to look at things and honoring everything that you have been through. You're going to look at things and say, okay, more fights. Like, I'm ready, I have this gift, I'm fighting, I'm determined, I'm focused, I'm just going to go for it. And what Spirit is saying is, don't be swept away in the chaotic emotion of things. Don't be swept away in the fight mode, in the fight or flight mode, because you've been in that mode for too long. And that's a very easy place for us to go to, especially since today the battles that we face aren't necessarily like, oh my gosh, a wild boar is charging at me. They're much different battles than our ancestors faced. So this is going to be a time where we look at the chaos within us. We look at the stress that's building up. We make sure that we're resting. We make sure that we're honoring every aspect of ourselves. We make sure that there is this sacredness to our beings, to ourselves, to what we desire. And this isn't a time to always be ready for a fight. This is a time to stand our ground, know what we want, see how we want to move forward, and embrace something beautiful, embrace something passionate and powerful. But to really be mindful of falling into the trap of, I always have to fight for what I want. It's never going to be easy. It's always going to be a battle. All these people are waiting for me to fail. It's like, you know what? Who cares what everybody else thinks? It's not a battle. It's a slow determination. And maybe if we need to see it as a bit of a battle, that's an okay thing, but not to be so caught up in that. It moves us to the Two of Wands reversed. And the Two of Wands reversed, it's like all the answers, we're going to think it's in the outside world. It's not. It's in the inside world. And that is going to be so powerful for us. We hold more answers than we realize. And that's why we have the lone person here creating her blanket, with the spider's web behind her, that weaving done in nature, the weaving done within her, or the sewing done within her. And we have her guarding her earnings, guarding what is prosperous. She's not obsessed with it like the Four of Pentacles is, but she's aware. She's aware of her money. She's aware of the worth of her goods. She's aware of, her prosperity and her power and her abundance. And that's what we're being told to be aware of during this time, of our abundance, and that within ourselves lies more than what we imagined. We're going to, again, think it's all going to be through the external. It's all going to be through somebody else coming in or something coming in. It's all going to be in the internal during this time, and the honing of gifts and the realization of what is desired, and the slow and steady practice and building and becoming. It leads us then to our subconscious chakra energy, which is the I Am Presence, my absolute favorite card. It's the crown chakra. And what we see here with the I Am Presence is it says, what am I? I am strong, I am prosperous, I am beautiful, I am successful, I am abundant, I am wealthy, I am secure, I am stable. Or I am tired, I am overwhelmed, I am at my wit's end, I am never, ever able to get ahead the way that I want to. I'm always behind before I start. And why I say the negative as well as the positive, and people say, Dane, only see the positive. Well, the positive is all well and good, and it is all well and good. But it's not always the truth, is it? Because when we hear the positive, I know I'm completely guilty of it. I'm like, yes, I'm right there. But when I hear the negative, when somebody says the negative, I'm like, oh, well, I think that. And oh, sometimes I say that to myself. And oh, sometimes my mind goes there. And oh, sometimes I mumble that under my breath. And it's like, oh, okay, I see. What am I crowning myself with? Because this is a time that the world is being open to us, that there are gifts coming our way to take and to, embrace and to be emboldened by. Is my I Am Presence, is the energy that I'm crowning myself with, going to call that prosperity forward? Or is it going to deny that to me? Because that just doesn't get to be the part of my life, the part of my story. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Hierophant, thinking that everything has to come from institutions, through set up a very certain way, through order and routine and everything being just so. The Hierophant is also going to be something we're very drawn to during this time. So we're going to be drawn to order and routine and things being done just so, and having things just a certain way. And that's okay, but making everybody else's idea of success, idea of abundance, idea of prosperity our own, when it doesn't vibrate with our vibrational energy, when it doesn't add to our lives, that's going to be something we need to be mindful of. It leads us then to our subconscious tarot energy, which is the Knight of Cups, which is ourselves. We are moving forward as the Knight, as the defender, rising above the chaos of our emotions, moving forward in healing, quenching our thirsts and our desires for adventure, for what we want from life, from what we love in life, and really starting to call forward a new path, really starting to call forward a new chapter, a chapter of opportunities, a chapter of success, a chapter of determined power forward. There's a healing also that's coming in that's going to be very important to us. And this is going to be a time where we embrace the power of our hearts and the power of ourselves in a way that we once thought wasn't powerful. We might have thought, oh, well, that's weak, or, oh, that's not the way everybody else is powerful and successful. But it's our road to success, which can be quite different than everybody else's. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the bounty that is to come. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer.